Hi, it's Joy, and today we're watching Star Wars Rebels Season 1, Episode 8, Empire Day. I'm assuming this is going to be about the crew trying to disrupt some kind of Empire Day celebration, but I'm excited. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and let's go. More Jedi training.
Step outside of yourself. Make a connection with another being.
Can we do this another day?
We can do it now. Focus.
Just throw the rock.
The stone, Grogu.
Oh my god.
I don't think he wants to connect.
You're connected to every living thing in the universe. But to discover that, you have to let your guard down.
Oh.
You have to be willing to attach to others.
I'm just picturing a little angel calming a giant big monster.
You'll never be a Jedi.
Then maybe I'll never be a Jedi.
Kid,
Don't lose hope.
you need to speak.
What are so many ties doing out this far?
Nothing good.
Siba? What? Nothing.
You know him? Oh, you know who they want. You recognize the picture. Yeah, gotta brainwash your population. Ooh. Is it the truth? I worry that he's almost the voice on the inside working for the Empire pretending to be a good guy, because his last thing was about someone that was alive that was dead.
Where do you think you're going?
I just need to be alone. Today's brought back some memories.
Is this the day he lost his family? Or is it more just what it represents in terms of the Empire? Or does he want to go and try and protect? Talk to Kanan and the crew.
Ezra, we have to stand up for people in need, especially those in trouble with.
Oh.
Latest vessel from Lothal's Imperial shipyard.
Oh.
The Sign-Off system.
Oh yay, fireworks from the Empire.
This area's off limits. Did you see it? It's so beautiful. It's like a rainbow.
Dad, what are you doing? Patriotic, you know?
Empire Day! I love it. All hail our glorious empire. Right, well, move along.
Find them!
Better go. I need to help Ezra's friend.
Join us, kid.
Freaking Ken.
Spoiling it.
Jesus.
Hey, if you want to take somebody out,
They must have can figure out that our group, including the Jedi and his Padawan, are on this planet.
priority is still the Rhodian.
Why? Why are they so interested in this Rhodian that even the Inquisitor is here? Is it his home? Oh.
We're coming in.
Grew up on the streets. Alone.
How old was he when he lost them? Oh. What's happened to
The
him?
Rhodian, the Imperial.
Personality sacrificed for productivity.
Fuck.
Siba went to work for the Imperial Information Office after the Empire took my parents away.
Your parents? You never told us.
What's to tell? They've been gone for 8
Whoa.
years.
Alright, so they took his parents away. They could be alive. Like, if he didn't see them die, they could be out there somewhere. And they must have just assumed his parents had died at some point because he was a kid on the streets.
Ezra, you okay?
I'm fine.
Talk about it. He's more than...
Sometimes you have to let your guard down.
I said I'm fine.
15 years ago today.
Oh shit. He's 15. Born the day the Empire came about. Yay.
What are we looking at?
It's
Everything.
It's everything.
Yeah?
Imperial specs on the new ties and mitigate disruption.
How did he escape? Is enough of him still in there?
Tactics and strategy.
Let dated overload anyone.
The secrets in
Poor
this empire are
guy.
damaging to the Empire.
But the day's almost done.
Poor guy.
Miss Zeb.
They can be real jerks.
It's far enough, rebel scum.
Rebel scum.
No plans on stopping.
That's good to know.
Strap in, please, if there's any seatbelts. Okay, now you've said that. Fuck. Best birthday ever? What's the plan now? Ezra? Oh. Stay radio in, there was a force user. I mean, the Inquisitor's already coming, so what the fuck does it matter? I mean, he's for a Ken doll. He's like an action man Ken doll, really, isn't he? You know, he goes for it. Ooh. Oh yeah. No! Oh my god, Agent of Chaos. Yes! Chopper, yes! Chopper's best day ever. I love him so much! Oh, fuck off and die already. Please notice there's an evil Kendall. I don't want the evil Kendall on our ship. Okay, good. On the ship, we can fly away from the bitch. Shit. I just had to resist the urge to say, poor Will. I am becoming an old person. No! Oh, no! That was rude! Did it turn off? Is he himself again?
Says he knows what happened to your parents.
Oh. Rude! I love this show so much. Like, I agree with what everyone said when they said, oh, when you finish the Clone Wars and you go into Rebels, it's going to feel like a palate cleanser in the sense that, like, its tone is so much lighter and it's, like, kind of, it's not quite as dark. But I would say, yes, it's nowhere near as dark as Clone Wars ended, my god. But in some ways, I think it's more consistent than the Clone Wars. Just in the fact that we're following the same characters the whole time. There aren't episodes where you're like, I don't care about these particular people so much. And also the stakes are getting high quite quickly. You know, we've seen this team bond, and I feel the way the team have bonded. It's a show that, yes, might be aimed at a slightly younger audience in some elements, but it's not enough to turn it into just a kids show. I'm really enjoying this show. The fact that we've already we've met the big bad, we've come face to face with him several times, we've got this wealth of information, Ezra is already being told, I know what happened to your parents, so much is happening so quickly. I'm really, really enjoying it. What I'm not enjoying is watching Chopper get shot and then his little hand go, meh. I did not sign up for this. I'm glad that the Kanan knows and Sabine knows that Ezra's, it's his birthday, he's 15 now, so young. But it's his birthday was Empire Day, the day of the Empire as well was the day he was born. But that, you know, he was it's not like he ran away from home or he's been on the run for a couple of years. He's been on the run since he was 7. More than half his life he has spent on his own on the streets. Now a good portion of that is now the rest of his life. He'll have people, I hope, but that explains so much about why there are maybe some areas he struggles with, even if those areas are connecting with all creatures around you because he's felt alone for so long, and while he's connecting with them it's still a big deal for him. I'm just really enjoying watching this team bond, watching as they discover new things about each other, watching as the people that have been on the ship from I don't know how long before, but from before, watching as they find new ways to trust and watching as Ezra becomes a part of this team. Then we have, I think it's so interesting to get a snapshot of what it was like to live in the Empire in its heyday. You know, at this point there is no cohesive rebellion, there's no cohesive rebel threat. Now, that isn't to say that there isn't one building or one that is like taking the time to get bit ready. I'm sure that there is the cohesive rebellion, all the key figures exist. They're just, you know, planning. But as far as the Empire is concerned, you know, there are some pesky little rebels, and yeah, they want to crush them all so that it doesn't become a full-scale rebellion. But on the whole, they're having their Empire days, and they're getting more and more technology. Things are good. And to see what it was like as an ordinary civilian in the middle of all of that, how hard it was, the choices you'd have to make to do what was right and potentially risk your family, or take the safe option for your family that is morally the wrong one. And to be honest, I don't blame people fully for sort of just putting their heads down, working, trying to survive and trying to make sure their family have as good a life as they can, because ordinary people, it is hard to find that courage, especially if you don't have the opportunities. Ezra's parents, I mean, it could be argued that what they did was foolish. What difference did it make in the long term? They just left their 7-year-old alone. But they had hope. They wanted to make the world a better place. They saw, you know, I suppose in a way, yes, Ezra, the mother was pregnant with Ezra and everything. The world was in the galaxy was having a war, but there was a republic that I assume the South was part of, or even if they were part of the Separatists, and ordinary people who believed in the separatist movement, but they thought there was a world was one thing. And then the day their son is born is the day the world forever changes. I mean, not forever, but it would seem like that. It takes a lot of courage to fight, knowing what you could lose and knowing what your family could lose. It doesn't make the pain any easier for Ezra, but I hope he does find out what happened to them, and that he's able to kind of feel proud of them. I don't know. Then what happened to the guy they were looking for? Siwo? Just the idea of that, of being implanted with something that makes you a better worker but takes away who you are, your free will, your choices. He still managed to run away, full respect to him. Now, was that him just wandering off and got confused and or was that him kind of getting a moment of clarity and fighting through, like we saw him get at the end of here? Is yet another example of the immorality of the Empire, but you can bet there are some rich people here today who run companies or whatever who think, if I could just turn my workers into mindless drones, wouldn't it be easier? I'm just really enjoying this show. We're already getting such deep looks into the characters' sort of backstories, even in tiny snapshots. I think they do such a good job of conveying it. The threats seem really real. Something that I was thinking about this episode, is the Inquisitor the guy that is going to be an Obi-Wan? And everyone was like, how could they? He looks nothing like the animation. Because again, I didn't read those articles, but I kept seeing pictures. And I feel like it could have been him. He does look different, but it's a different medium. He's scary. I hate Ken. Ken needs to die. I may know his name, I'm calling him Ken. Nothing will change my mind on that one. So yeah, to be continued is stressful. This show hasn't done that yet. I mean, I suppose it did in the very first episode, but they kind of aired that as a one-off and then Disney split it into two. So yeah, this is a fantastic show. I'm loving it so much. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and thank you so much for watching.